Well, what would a city be without its police force? And Lloydminster is no different. Anna Connaughton spoke to newly appointed Inspector Suki Manj about what the year has meant for his team and what he thinks of the city in his relatively short time here.
Well, thank you for joining us, and this is the first time that you get to join us for a year in review as your newest inspector. And as I understand, RCMP get to live all around the country, and now you're living in Lloydminster. So to start off, can you just tell us some of the things that you like about Lloydminster from living here so far?
Well, so far it's the welcoming feeling my family and myself have received. It's been unbelievable. Usually it's the people that make it a town, and this city has some wonderful people. From my neighbors, I met them right away and feel like home, so I feel like home here. So that's probably the number one thing I could say that's about this town, is the people are very welcoming.
Oh, that's great to hear. And yeah, you've had some exciting changes just since you've been here even, and one of those big things is moving into the new detachment. So can you talk about that and the changes that brought to your detachment?
Well, it's like I've said in the past, it just allows the officers to concentrate on their work rather than their environment and dealing with issues that really are out of their control. Now they come to work and they can deal with what's in front of them without worrying about their office space. It's just been a wonderful environment to be in.
Okay, and one of those new upgrades was the forensic unit. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we have one of the state-of-the-art forensic labs consisting of equipment that allows our two officers to quickly make comparisons, come up with forensic identifications. It's a very progressive lab that allows us to maybe go a little bit beyond what other detachments get to do. Mm-hmm. So.
All right, and so it's safe to say that we've had a drop in gang-related crime. Has there been an increase of street drugs?
It's hard to say. I haven't looked at the numbers. I haven't been here long enough to see them all, and I haven't done the analysis. But I will say that the work that was done over the last few years with our plainclothes and general duty members, along with the specialized units as alert, we have made several major arrests. Our officers continue to concentrate on the drug trade. So I think there has been an increase in arrests and convictions, but when there's a town that's prospering with a lot of money, high-paying jobs, drugs increase at the same time as well. So I'm not sure it'll reflect in the numbers, but we'll have to wait and see.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and the update on the past year and things that we can look forward to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Colleen Young won in a landslide victory in a by-election last month and now serves as our Saskatchewan MLA. We caught up with her as she spoke about her time in Regina and how she's transitioning into her new role.
It's been great. I'm thoroughly enjoying the opportunity I've had to participate in the proceedings of the legislature and the government in general.
Have you been involved in any kind of policy making yet?
I am. I've actually been assigned to the Human Services Committee, so I have had the opportunity to sit in the House in a committee of the whole on education and social services. I'm also health is another part of that human services portfolio, so I've had the opportunity to meet with the health minister and his staff with regards to some, policy changes. Social services, health, education, and post-secondary education are the four areas that human services deal with. So I have had the opportunity to meet with ministries as well as stakeholders.
And do you have any plans going forward into your time in the legislature?
I think it'll just get busy with this Human Services Committee that I'm on. There will be other meetings coming forward. There's been a lot of the bills have been adjourned debates on them, so they will continue once the session starts again. So, and I'm sure some of the Human Services is connected to those bills as well.
And after speaking with members of the constituency here, what are they talking about? What issues are important to us here?
I think, as we all know, that long-term care is one that has been a huge focus, not only for the constituents here, but also within the government. I think they recognize that a lot has been done, but there is a lot more to do, and it is one of the priorities that this government will be focused on. There are other areas that, highway infrastructure needs within the province, including this constituency, are some big ones here as well.
And tell me, what plans do you have set in motion for next year?
Right now I'm focusing on getting my office up and running, and hoping to meet with a number of organizations and groups from around the constituency, RMs, the Health Foundation, just people in general with regards to some of their issues and concerns, and focusing on listening to them, understanding the issues, and finding ways that I can advocate on behalf of the constituents of Lloydminster.
Well, it's time once again for Retrospect, this week from the archives. In this edition, Brian Hardy shows us a report on efforts to try and curb teen smoking. But first, we mark the passing of a local broadcasting pioneer.
This week in 2003, we mark the passing of a broadcasting trailblazer.
Mary Shortell, longtime president of Midwest Broadcasting, passed away peacefully in her home on Saturday, December 20th at the age of 81, surrounded by her loving family. Mary wed Art Shortell in 1945 and made Lloydminster her home. In the late 1950s, Art and Mary founded Midwest Broadcasting with the launch of CKSA Radio in 1957. The company enjoyed growth of its services throughout its years of serving the Midwest. In 1960, they brought television to the region with its CBC affiliate station, CKSA TV. To this was added its CTV sister station, CITL TV, in 1976. With the passing of Art in 1976, Mary took an active role in leading the company. Mary enjoyed the outdoors and cherished time spent with her family. Mary was laid to rest this afternoon at a private graveside service in Lloydminster.
It's December 1999, and a new law is causing teenage angst.
The aim of the law is to help prevent smoking among teens, something that is prevalent outside schools and malls across the province. And while many do see merits behind the law, most teens who the law affects don't.
I think it's dumb because, just for smoking, it's our choice to smoke, and if we want to ruin our bodies, we can do that.
I think it's really stupid because where else are you going to go and smoke? And you can't go inside, and it's going to be really cold pretty soon.
Because the legislation has just been passed, it will vary from region to region across the province of Alberta. Ultimately, it will be up to the health authorities to decide on whether or not they want to adopt it. Vinesh Pratap, NewsHour.
Join us next time when the RCMP needs a new detachment on Retrospect, this week from the archives.